I was diagnosed with medullary thyroid cancer in August of 2023, last summer. I never had any symptoms of any kind. I was really going in for some routine cardiology exams. 48 hours later, he called me and said, Steve, whatever you're doing cardiovascular-wise, keep doing it. You're in phenomenal condition as far as that's concerned, but there was an incidental finding on the carotid artery of a small little nodule on your right thyroid. And he said 90% of them are benign. When you get a chance, go have an endocrinologist take a look at it. I made an appointment with the endocrinologist, and he did the same sonogram and said, yeah, I see it. It's very small. If you want total peace of mind, we could do a fine needle aspiration and a biopsy. I said, well, let's do the biopsy. So he did, and 2 weeks later, I got an email that the results of the biopsy were all red, bold, capital letters, said suspicious for detection of medullary thyroid carcinoma. So I had no idea what that meant, other than it sounded like I had cancer.
The moment when we found out was, no, he doesn't have it. The endocrinologist didn't even say we had to do a biopsy of it. It was Stephen's choice, and he chose to do it, and now this is the result, that it potentially is cancer? No, let's talk to the doctor.
We'll take it one step at a time. And what that meant was the next 2 to 3 weeks going through a whole series of CT scans, MRIs, to see if there was any metastatic spread of the disease anywhere else in my body. So that was extremely disorienting, stressful, really scary. Thankfully, those tests all came back showing no spread, and that this was a local diagnosis of cancer in the thyroid.
There was a lot of unknown and a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress, but the only way to stay in control of the situation was to make a plan.
About a month later, September 19th of last year, I had surgery. I had read that the treatment for medullary thyroid cancer was thyroidectomy surgery. So the answer in my case was that it was a total thyroidectomy with a central and lateral neck dissection. The pathology post-surgery showed that 20 of the lymph nodes removed from the right side of my neck were negative and showed no presence of the tumor, the disease. But the 8 that were removed from my central part of my neck did have what's referred to as nodal spread. The procedure itself was about 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours. I had a drain in my neck that was taking fluid for 2.5 days.
This went from outpatient to a neck drain to 3 days. That in and of itself is a lot to process. So I think that made the initial post-surgery situation stressful.
It was, but I was also very relieved that the cancer was gone. Like, I kept saying to myself, this is all good. We got it out.
Stephen's mental attitude towards post-surgery was amazing, and I think that definitely makes it much better and easier for Stephen, number one, and if it's easier for Stephen, it's much easier for everyone else.
I started to move towards a feeling of, for whatever reasons, of fate. I was fortunate to have found this at this stage before it might have become a bigger problem. But I mean, I learned that you can withstand more than you might think.
I think we learned this is life. Everyone has something. You do not know what it is. You don't know what's coming. And if you want to live your life, which is really short in the scheme of things, you have to deal with it as best you can, and then you have to move on.
I live with being a cancer survivor, but I'm drawing strength from that. I'm thankful and grateful for my life, my family, looking at all the good I have in life, fitness, meditation, mindfulness, really living in the present moment more than ever before. And today's a good day.